Did you know there are items in Warframe that can boost your Warframe's power in ways most players don't even realize? I'm talking about something so old, so hidden in the game's history, that only a tiny group of players still have them. And the crazy part? These things sell for hundreds of platinum today. When I first learned about them, I honestly thought it was just some old community myth, until I saw the prices myself. It made me wonder how many players out there have no idea these even exist. So, let me pull back the curtain a bit, because today we're talking about Arcane Helmets, the rare legacy items that can still give your Warframe actual stat boosts if you manage to get your hands on one. And trust me, some of these bonuses can change how a build feels. Before we go deeper, let me know in the comments if you've ever owned one of these, or if this is your first time hearing about them. Hit like if you enjoy deep dives like this, and don't forget to subscribe, especially if you want more hidden Warframe info that most players overlook. Right now, the easiest Arcane Helmets to get are the statless ones. These are the modern versions that don't give any bonuses at all. They're purely cosmetic. You can still pick these up through Nightwave, since some older alternative helmets show up in the offerings from time to time. If you just want the look, or you're collecting cosmetics, Nightwave is pretty much the only official way to get them today. But when it comes to actually buying helmets, things change a bit. The statless versions usually don't cost much because they don't affect gameplay, so most players trade them for cheap. The real cost comes when you start looking at the legacy Arcane Helmets, the ones that still have their original stat boosts. These can't drop anymore, and their blueprints were removed years ago, so the only way to get them now is by trading with another player who already owns one. If you're after the stat-boosting Arcane Helmets, get ready for real trading. These helmets are grandfathered, meaning only players who had them before DE removed them still possess them. You can't craft them, you can't farm them, and you can't buy them from Nightwave. You have to find a seller, negotiate a price, and hope the helmet you want is even available. Some of these helmets can heavily influence certain builds, but remember, using one will lock out one of your arcane enhancement slots. So there's a trade-off, even if the stats look tempting. And trust me, some of these legendary helmets are expensive. Right now, the priciest ones on the market include things like the Arcane Coil Helmet, which can go for around 500 platinum, and the Arcane Pendragon Helmet, which also sits in that same high-end range depending on the seller. Right now, the cheapest is at 850 platinum, which is insane in my opinion. These prices swing a lot, but the point is simple. The rarest stat helmets are basically collector items now, and players treat them like gold. If you're planning to buy one, prepare your platinum, because these legacy upgrades aren't cheap. The biggest question now is, are these Arcane Helmets really worth the crazy prices some players are asking for them? I mean, some of these legacy helmets sell for hundreds of platinum, but do their bonuses actually justify it? That's what I wanted to figure out, so let's break them all down. Right now, there are 27 Arcane Helmets in the game that still have their old stat boosts, and each one has its own trade-offs. Some are super niche, some actually make a noticeable difference, and some are more collector pieces than practical. Starting off, the Arcane Scorpion Helmet gives plus 50% aim glide and wall latch duration, but reduces ability efficiency by 5%. The Arcane Locust Helmet gives 20% maximum energy, but lowers sprint speed by 3%. The Arcane Reverb Helmet adds 10% maximum energy at the cost of 5% maximum health, while the Arcane Chorus Helmet boosts ability efficiency by 10%, but reduces aim glide and wall latch duration by 5%. The Arcane Phoenix Helmet gives plus 25% maximum energy, but lowers maximum shields by 5%, and the Arcane Backdraft Helmet raises maximum health by 15% while decreasing sprint speed by 3%. For Excalibur players, the Arcane Avalon Helmet adds plus 25% maximum shields, but lowers maximum health by 5%, and the Arcane Pendragon Helmet boosts ability strength by 15% at the cost of 5% armor. Frost's Arcane Aurora Helmet gives plus 25% armor, but reduces maximum health by 5%, while the Arcane Squall Helmet increases ability strength by 15%, but lowers maximum shields by 5%. The Arcane Essence Helmet gives plus 15% ability efficiency, with a main of 5% armor trade-off, and the Arcane Swindle Helmet raises ability range by 15%, but lowers maximum health by 5%. Mag players have the Arcane Coil Helmet, which adds 25% ability range, but reduces maximum shields by 5%, and the Arcane Mag Gauss Helmet, which gives plus 25% maximum energy, but reduces sprint speed by 3%. Nova's Arcane Flux Helmet boosts aim glide and wall latch duration by 10%, with a minus 5% maximum health penalty. Nyx has the Arcane Menticide Helmet, which increases bullet jump velocity by 25%, but lowers maximum shields by 5%, and the Arcane Vespa Helmet, which boosts ability efficiency by 15%, but reduces armor by 5%. Rhino's Arcane Thrak Helmet adds plus 25% maximum health at the cost of 5% sprint speed, while the Arcane Vanguard Helmet raises movement speed by 25%, but reduces ability strength by 5%. Saryn has the Arcane Hemlock Helmet, giving plus 10% movement speed, but lowering maximum health by 5%, and the Arcane Chlora Helmet, which increases bullet jump velocity by 10%, but reduces ability duration by 5%. Trinity's Arcane Aura Helmet boosts ability duration by 25%, while lowering maximum health by 5%. Arcane Meridian Helmet adds plus 15% maximum shields, but decreases ability efficiency by 5%, and the Arcane Esprit Helmet gives plus 10% maximum energy at the cost of 10% maximum shields. The Arcane Gambit Helmet raises bullet jump velocity by 10%, but lowers ability duration by 10%. Volt players have the Arcane Storm Helmet, which gives plus 10% ability strength, but reduces aim glide and wall latch duration by 5%. And finally, the Arcane Pulse Helmet increases ability duration by 10%, while lowering maximum shields by 5%. If you ask me, I'd say these Arcane Helmets really aren't worth the crazy prices they go for right now. I mean, some of them sell for hundreds of platinum, and honestly, the buffs they give to your Warframes just don't justify it. Most of the time, you're trading a lot, health, shields, or armor, just for a small percentage boost in one stat. For casual or even semi-serious players, there are way better ways to improve your Warframe than spending that much on these old legacy helmets. That said, not all of them are useless. If I had to pick the helmets that actually give solid bonuses worth considering, I'd focus on the ones that improve ability strength, ability duration, or ability range. For example, the Arcane Pendragon Helmet gives plus 15% ability strength, which is a nice boost for Excalibur if you like spamming slash dash or using radial blind aggressively. Then there's Frost's Arcane Squall Helmet, also plus 15% ability strength, which makes his freeze or avalanche more impactful, especially in missions where you're trying to crowd control enemies. When it comes to ability duration, Trinity's Arcane Aura Helmet stands out with a plus 25% ability duration bonus. That's huge for keeping Blessing or Energy Vampire up longer in team play. Nova's Arcane Flux Helmet gives a smaller duration buff indirectly through glide enhancements, but the main duration-focused choice is really Trinity. Saryn also has the Arcane Chlora Helmet, which slightly boosts movement while affecting duration, but it's niche, not game-breaking. For ability range, Mag's Arcane Coil Helmet is one of the few that really shines. It gives 25% ability range, making magnetize or pull hit more enemies or cover more space. Swindle Helmet on Saryn adds plus 15% ability range, which is nice if you're spreading spores, but the trade-off of losing some health makes it a bit risky. These range-focused helmets are the only ones where I'd say the stat bonus is noticeable enough to consider, but even then, the cost in Platinum is still steep, and modern arcanes can usually get you better results without sacrificing a slot. All in all, if I'm being honest, I wouldn't drop hundreds of Platinum on these helmets just for the buffs. Sure, some of the ability strength, duration, and range ones are interesting, but for the majority of players, modern arcanes and mods offer more consistent and safer ways to power up your Warframe. These helmets feel more like collector pieces than serious gameplay upgrades in 2025. At the end of the day, if you've got thousands of Platinum to burn, you could just buy these arcane helmets from players on Warframe.market who are willing to part with them. But to be honest, the prices really aren't worth it, and for most players, it's perfectly fine to stick with the statless versions you can get from Nightwave. That said, if you really want that extra ability range boost on Mag, and you've got the Platinum to spare, no one's stopping you. All I can say is this: it's a perfect example of how, in Warframe, sometimes the rarest items aren't always the most powerful. Some of these helmets are more about collecting than straight-up gameplay advantage. They're rare, they're unique, and for collectors, that's enough reason to want one for yourself. But if you're chasing actual power, There are usually better, cheaper ways to buff your Warframe than dropping hundreds of platinum on a legacy helmet.